The Lost City Beneath the Ottoman Empire, Secrets of Hasankeyf. Hidden in the rugged valleys of southeastern Anatolia, along the banks of the mighty Tigris River, once stood a city so old, so layered in history, that it defies the modern world's sense of time. Hasankeyf was not merely a settlement. It was a living museum, an open-air archive of human civilization carved into cliffs, scattered with ruins, and imbued with stories that spanned over 12 millennia. Long before the Ottomans set foot in the region, Hasankeyf was already ancient. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans inhabited this area as far back as 10,000 BCE. In the Neolithic period, communities gathered along the river, relying on its fertile banks to grow food and survive in a changing world. As millennia passed, Hasankeyf evolved, becoming a fortified town, then a spiritual center, and eventually a city of empires. The Assyrians left traces of governance. The Romans constructed fortresses. The Byzantines brought Christianity and architectural sophistication. The Artukids and Ayyubids, with their Islamic heritage, enriched Hasankeyf with grand mosques, medreses, and shrines. When the Mongols passed through, they left scars of fire and destruction. And then, in the 16th century, came the Ottomans. For the Ottoman Empire, Hasankeyf was more than a remote border town. It was a cultural and strategic gem that connected the eastern frontier with the heartlands of Anatolia and the Arab world. The Ottomans respected the city's religious significance and its already thriving Muslim scholarly tradition. They built upon its past rather than replacing it, integrating Hasankeyf into the greater imperial mosaic. The urban fabric of Hasankeyf during the Ottoman era was unique: homes carved into cliffs, narrow alleys winding past ancient tombs, stone minarets rising like lighthouses over the river. The El Rizik Mosque, dating back to 1409 but renovated under Ottoman administration, stood as a centerpiece of the skyline. Its beautifully inscribed portal, delicate mihrab, and towering minaret echoed the voices of centuries of prayer. Nearby, the Sultan Suleiman Mosque and the Koç Mosque bore witness to the empire's devotion to both faith and artistry. Caravanserais hosted merchants from distant lands. Scholars debated theology and medicine in the medreses, while Sufi mystics danced to the rhythm of devotion in zawiyas nestled within the limestone caves. But perhaps the most symbolic structure of Hasankeyf was its great stone bridge, originally built in the 12th century and once the largest of its kind in the Islamic world. Though partially destroyed over time, its colossal piers still stood as sentinels of the past. Ottoman engineers attempted to preserve and study it, recognizing its architectural and logistical brilliance. The bridge was not just a structure of transport, it was a symbol of connection, between tribes, between ideas, between empires. The people of Hasankeyf during Ottoman rule were a vibrant blend of ethnicities and languages. Kurds, Turks, Arabs, Armenians, and Assyrians lived side by side. Their coexistence was not always easy, but it created a rich cultural synthesis that defined the soul of the city. Oral traditions, music, crafts, and culinary heritage thrived in this mountain-locked enclave. Yet as the Ottoman Empire declined and the modern Turkish Republic emerged, Hasankeyf began to slip from national consciousness. Though it retained its mystique among historians and travelers, it gradually became isolated, a relic too remote to benefit from the modern world, but too precious to fully abandon. Then came the 21st century. The İlişki Dam project, part of Turkey's broader southeastern Anatolia project, GAP, was conceived to bring economic development to the region through hydroelectric power and irrigation. But the cost of that progress was devastating. In 2020, the waters of the dam began to rise, submerging the heart of Hasankeyf under hundreds of meters of water. Protests erupted across the country and abroad. Archaeologists, environmentalists, local communities, and cultural heritage organizations pleaded for the preservation of the site. Their efforts led to the relocation of some key monuments, such as the Zeynel Bey tomb, which was painstakingly moved using advanced engineering methods. A new Hasankeyf was built nearby, modern, sanitized, and orderly. But what was lost could not be reconstructed. The caves that had held human life for thousands of years are now submerged. The ancient bridge lies broken beneath the water. The soul of the old city, the rhythm of life that pulsed through its dusty streets and windswept rooftops, is now silent. And yet, Hasankeyf is not truly gone. It endures in memory and myth. In the songs of Kurdish dengbej singers who remember the city in laments. In the archival photographs and 3D scans created by researchers. In the hearts of the displaced families who once lived along the cliffside, raised children in carved-out homes, and watched the sun set over the Tigris from rooftops older than Rome. Hasankeyf teaches us that heritage is fragile, that the past is not always protected, and that progress can sometimes come with unbearable loss. But it also reminds us that the layers of history are never truly erased. Even beneath the waters, Hasankeyf still whispers. And for those who listen, truly listen, it will always speak. Not just of the Ottoman Empire, but of all the empires that came before it. Not just of stone and mortar, but of spirit. Not just of ruins, but of resilience. The lost city beneath the Ottoman Empire is not forgotten. It is remembered, in the cracks of history, in the quiet depths, and in every question that begins with, "What was Hasankeyf?"